What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today I got another unboxing for you guys. I'm going to be doing some sound tests, so maybe I might have given it away, but I'm sure you guys saw by the title. I'm going to be doing an unboxing today of the MV7 by Shure microphone. But before I get into that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and go ahead and turn on those notifications so you guys be notified whenever I release a new video. Let's get into the unboxing. It takes up the whole frame on my camera here, and the overhead. So I can't find my razor, so we're gonna go ahead and use these scissors. A little more difficult than I expected. Oh, that's that satisfying sound. You guys gotta love that sound. It's satisfying, right? Let me know in the comments. It doesn't matter how old I get. I can be 50, 60, it doesn't matter. If I'm gonna get a new electronic toy, I wanna play with it right then and there. Always been the kid in me, but I get excited about those things. I'll tell you what, they really did a good job packaging this. All right, that big old box for this. Where is it? Right here. So all that for this. This is what you get. MV7, which is the USB and XLR output. And the reason why I think this one is better than the MV7X, which is its almost identical brother, is because this one has the capability of being USB. So this right here almost has revolutionized the way people can podcast. Before you were stuck with microphones that more handheld, that weren't aesthetically pleasing if you were going to be doing any kind of video podcast, or if you guys were going to be doing any kind of interviews and you guys were going to be on camera. So it wasn't that appealing. I mean, yeah, it worked. The SM58 is great. It's a legendary microphone. It's good for live events, but let's be honest, for camera, it's not as aesthetically pleasing. This here though looks like a Shure SM7B, like if it's its baby brother. It's a good looking microphone. And the reason why I say this microphone is revolutionary is because in the podcast industry, you needed a couple of items in order to do a podcast. You can opt to go handheld with microphones like the AT2020, but again, they're not as aesthetically pleasing as this microphone here. We all know that the SM7B has pretty much become synonymous with podcasting. It's one of the most famous podcasting mics that you see out there. And I know I'm kind of beating around the bush, but I'm gonna get to it. And the reason why I say that this microphone here is gonna be podcast revolutionary, or maybe it already has begun that process, is because this allows you to eliminate an interface. Now, before you could do it with other USB microphones like the AT2020, the sound is great, but we all know that if we're gonna be doing something with video, we want it to not only sound good, but we want it to look good. This microphone is that. It looks exactly like the Shure SM7B, which is very famous around. So this one here allows you to get a similar sound. It's going to be a Shure sound. It's definitely not going to be the SM7B. It's a very flat sound with the SM7B. But again, you get to eliminate the audio interface with this here, and you also get some control dials on the microphone itself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open this bad boy. Still had tape from the box. Real quick, in the comments, go ahead and let me know how many of you guys have been back and forth about possibly getting this mic or the Shure SM7B. Because for a while there, I was kind of contemplating going back and forth until I came to my senses and said, you know what? I love the way the RE320 sounds on my voice. So I'm gonna go ahead and opt for Electro Voice's RE20. Big fan of Electro Voice. I know the SM7B looks better, but I like the way the Electro Voice RE20 sound. So let me know in the comments if you guys are contemplating going back and forth, and hopefully I can help you guys make, obviously, again, an informed decision. I'll tell you what, the packaging on this thing is very, very nice. ShurePlus Motive audio. I believe what that is what you can connect to your computer and allow it to almost work as an interface where you can tweak the dials a little bit. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that here in a minute. You're gonna get a quick starter guide. You're gonna get, yay. And there's the microphone, ooh, just on point with packing their stuff, man. It's unbelievable. Let's go with more paperwork. You're gonna get the limited warranty. Make sure you guys go register that. All right. You're gonna get the USB-C, what is this? Oh, I didn't realize that this was the USB to USB-C. That might pose a problem for me for one of my uses. So it looks like you're gonna get USB micro to USB-C and the USB micro to USB-A. But let's go ahead and get all this stuff out of the way and get to the microphone itself. Oh, I dropped something. So I think this is a 5/8 to 3/8 connection. I can't really tell. I don't know, is it focusing? Put that aside. Pretty clever. I didn't expect them to, come on, focus, Sony. I didn't expect them to have it like that, but I guess I don't know what I expected. Made of aluminum. I don't really feel any plastic so far. As you can see, this is what the microphone's gonna look like. If it can focus. Come on, Sony, there you go. It's a beautiful microphone. You can monitor with the input there. I think that's 0 latency. So that means 0 lag. Obviously there's where the micro USB goes. So you can connect that to whatever you're gonna be using it to, your computer. In my case, secretly, this is gonna be a microphone that I get for Alyssa. She has no idea. We'll see if she actually watches my videos. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll let you guys know in the comments, YouTube. I will let you know how long it took her before she realized that this microphone is for her. It's for you, Alyssa, just so you know. For the times that we're not doing podcasting, I wanted to try to see what it sounded like with the PlayStation 5. It's another use for it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off here. You can see the microphone capsule there. This has been a problem with the microphone capsule because this foam, it's pretty padded, but it's not big enough. The other one that goes to the SM7B will give you some distance, so you're not right on there popping. This isn't really much. So that was one of the biggest negatives of this microphone. And there's a little bit of very thin mesh on the inside, you know, for pop filter. I bet you can feel that. Might change the sound a little bit to darker as opposed to warmer. I actually saw this video. A guy put a ring through here. So this was actually a little further out like that. So you can use the original. It doesn't look funky like the SM7B would, and it helped with the plosives. But it's one of the negative things about this is the plosives, as you guys I'm sure have heard. We're gonna put that to the test. Here's the dials that I was telling you about. It looks like if you click on it once, you can control the volume of the headphones. And if you click on it again, you can control the output. You have a mute button there, and these will light up and show you where your dial is on your volumes. Here it is again. Let's check it out. All right, as you can see here, we are set up to test out the microphone. What you're listening to right now is the Shure MV7 on the XLR connection. So this is what it would sound like if you were connecting to some kind of interface or if you were connecting to some kind of mixer. I personally use the Zoom L8, so that's the sound that you're getting. One of the things that I'm gonna go ahead and do on top of doing the sound recording for this microphone is I am going to try it out with the DBX 286, so you guys that are out there may be interested in this microphone can hear what that sounds like if you plan on connecting it to a piece of equipment like that. So as you can see, I have it pointing at the 45-degree angle at the corner of my mouth, and you can't hear any plosives because I'm not talking into it, I'm talking through it. This microphone technique really helps with those plosives, so speaking through it is going to help you out a lot. If you don't want to buy that spare equipment in getting a different windscreen, if you like the look of this, just practice your microphone technique and you should be okay. Now I want you to hear what it sounds like with the foam screen off. So you can see it here. This is what it looks like. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but sometimes what this can do is it can mud up the sound or darken it a little bit and take away from that warmth. And maybe that's not what you want. So if you were interested in using it like this, this is what it would sound like in this case. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the plosives test. Obviously it's going to be more poppy on this, but I want you guys to hear it anyway. So here's that. Please bring pizza pronto. Shout out Bandrew, by the way. Please bring pizza pronto. Now that I got the windscreen back on, let's go ahead and try that test again. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. I should state that I'm about a fist away from the microphone. That's how I'm speaking right now. So syllabus, syllabus, syllabus. I can kind of give you an idea of what that's going to sound like as far as the plosives go. So again, if you're standing further back and you have the proper microphone technique, you shouldn't have that problem. So this is what it sounds like this. And for those of you guys that are out there, I have the gain dial turned up to about 75%, maybe 70%. And this is the sound that I'm getting. And I'm not going to do any post-processing. All I'm going to do is I'm going to boost it in post so it's at a good level for you guys to listen to. And I'm going to make sure it's on par with the other clips so that way it's as neutral and as fair as possible. Okay, so quick disclosure, this is connected to my DBX 286, but I do have a FET head connected to the back of it. So currently on the gain dial, it's about plus 14. So I don't have it cranked up a lot. I'm sure you can see right here that it's low, and I have it like that, and the levels are actually a little bit higher than I was when I was recording on my Zoom L8. This is with no processing on the 286. This is just what it's going to sound like coming straight out of the microphone using the preamp of the DBX 286. I'll go ahead and run it through some processing so you guys can hear what that sounds like if you want to add a noise gate, a de-esser, and things like that, so you guys can get an idea of what that sound is going to be. Now this is what it sounds like with the processing on with the DBX286. I have the de-esser on, I have the noise gate on. I also have the 2 EQ dials that are on there for low end and high end. I don't do anything with the low end because, as you can hear already, I do have a boomy voice, so I always tend to cut my lows to sound a little bit more clear, but I did go ahead and up the higher frequency to a 2 just because I feel that I need a little bit more on my high end in order to get the proper sound. But I know for those of you guys out there, you guys are going to want to hear what it sounds like with the low end, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and I'm not going to go higher than a 2 so you can hear what that sounds like. All right, this is with the low end boom on, and it's at a 2, and that's the sound that you're going to get as far as the bottom end, the low end. If you guys are really looking for that deep voice, this is it. Same microphone technique. I'm in the same position that I was. I haven't moved. This is just what it sounds like with that. For reference, with the FET head on here, I have my levels exactly where I want it to be, between -12 and -6 dBs. And the gain is at 50%, right at +30. So you can get a good sound with the 286 out of this one here, and it sounds amazing. I like the way it sounds. The noise gate really brings it alive. Sometimes it can be hindering, but if you know how to properly use a noise gate, which I'm still trying to learn as far as getting the dynamics correct, but if you can learn that art, it's amazing. And this is what it sounds like. Sounds good. Now I went ahead and turned back down the boom, the low end, that's back to 0. I don't have any low end. And I went ahead and enabled the high pass filter at 80 Hertz. So you can hear what it sounds like if you're going to go ahead and enable that. For whatever reason, if you have some kind of noise from your fan, of your light, or you have the air conditioner or something in the background, the noise gate should cut all that out. So you don't really need it. I don't use it very much, but for those of you guys that like to use it, this is what the sound that you're going to get with that on. All right, now I'm back using the preamp of the 286, but I'm not doing any processing. This is, again, just for reference, the sound that you're going to get so you can hear that. I'm going to go ahead and now switch over to the USB so you can hear what that sounds like and see if there's any kind of difference. All right, we're back now with the MV7, but now we are running through the USB connection of this microphone. And just a quick disclosure, I am using a different USB cord, and the reason why I'm doing that is because the one that it came with, I have already set up my cable management for that, so I didn't want to bother with that. But it shouldn't change the sound. If it does, it might be for the worse, so just kind of take that with a grain of salt. But this is what it sounds like on a USB connection. I don't have the Motive app open, so this is with no processing through that app. This is just being recorded through my Adobe Audition, so you can hear what the dry signal sounds like. I'm going to jump now on the app so you can see what kind of changes that will make to the sound. All right, real quickly, one of the things that I missed when I was doing the recording on this is I wanted to show you what the rejection is from 90 degrees as well as 180 degrees from this Shure MV7. So right now, from the online tone generator, I'm going to play a 440 hertz signal in the front. From the side, from the back, from the other side, and now back on the front. Keep in mind, when I was playing this, I was doing it about 2 to 3 inches from the mic itself, so take that as you will. All right, so as you can see, we are back on the MV7 USB. One thing I forgot to mention is I am connected directly to the microphone, so I am monitoring directly through the microphone. It sounds good. The buttons on here sound really good. Now, before I get into the software that you're seeing there, I'm just going to quickly do a tap test to see if I wanted to mute this microphone, what kind of sound that would pick up. All right, so I'm not sure if you heard that. The other thing I didn't do on the XLR, but I think it'll be the same, is to test out what the rejection of it will be if you have it on a desk. So as you can see the stand that I'm using, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the desk to see what it picks up, and you guys be the judge. Now I'm tapping on the stand itself. Yoke mount. Now I'm going to grab it and move it around as though I'm doing a podcast like the people do, where they're constantly moving it. Let's see if that picked up anything. Last thing I'm going to go ahead and do is just a magic keyboard. I'm just going to type real quick. So take that as you will. Now back to the screen recording. Right now I am on auto level. And the good thing about this is it will help you out so you almost eliminate all the processing yourself. So instead of having to worry about that microphone technique that I mentioned earlier in the video, you can just go ahead and utilize the auto and it'll help you out. Right now I'm using the near with a natural tone, and this is what it sounds like. Still on near with a darker tone, and this is what it sounds like. It's a little bit too boomy for me. I don't like the way that sounds, so I'm more of a natural. I like to do all my stuff post-process, but just for reference, that's what it is. Now we're going back to bright, or now we're on bright, and this is what it sounds like. Remember, I'm not using any processing other than what's on the app. You guys are watching it for yourself. This is real time, and for reference, I'm going to go back to natural so you can hear what that sounds like compared to the other ones, so you guys be the judge on that. The next thing we're going to go ahead and test is, as you can see here, you can be really close to the microphone. That is what this preference is for. If I click on far, now it wants you to stand a little further back as though you were doing the podcast recording like those ones you see on Impulsive and Joe Rogan, where they're not so close to the microphone. And if you can see here, I'm actually about a fist and a half away. I think it sounds pretty great. And I'm going to go ahead and go through the settings so you guys can hear what that is. This is what it sounds like dark with that further setting away. Not too bad. And this is what it sounds like bright with that setting far. Not too bad. Quick plosives test here. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. This is on natural. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. And this is on dark. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. Now I'm going to go to near and do the plosives test on dark. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. Natural. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. And bright. Please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. Okay, now we're back on the setting that I like. I'm going to go ahead and take you through the manual mode. As you can see here, it gives you a little bit more options. You can control your mic dial. You can control the mute if you didn't want to do it directly on the microphone. And you can control the monitor mix. So that's another cool thing you can do. Here's your EQ. So we're going to go ahead and play with that so you can hear what that sounds like. Right now it's flat. This is with that high pass filter on. Ready? High pass filter is now on. Does it change the sound of my voice? Would it do it to you? Do you have a voice like mine? Am I the only one that's got this voice? Let me know, but that's what that's going to sound like. Next, we're going to go ahead and go to the presence boost. So this is what it sounds like with the presence boost enabled, and this is the kind of sound that you're going to get with that presence boost enabled. The next one is going to be a presence boost and a high pass filter. So let's go ahead and see what that sounds like. This is if you wanted the high pass filter on as well as the presence boost. This is the kind of sound that you're going to get. Again, I'm about a fist away from the microphone, and this is the sound that we're getting. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the flat profile so we can continue this tutorial on just a neutral sound. We are back on the flat profile. This is what it sounds like. One of the cool things that I like about this in testing it is this limiter right here. It really does work. If you can see over on this side where my Adobe Audition is being recorded, if I start yelling into the microphone, it stops me from clipping. So it really does a really good job of working with my Adobe Audition. I didn't think it was going to do that, but it does. So that's pretty impressive. Down here is where you have your compression. This is where you can utilize the compression to control the dynamics in your voice, as well as if you have someone who's stepping further back or wants to sit further back from the microphone, they can do that. This is with no compression on. This is with light compression on, so you can hear what the light compression sounds on. I'm still in the same position. I haven't moved. Now I'm on medium compression. Same position. I haven't moved. It's just what it sounds like on medium compression. And if you like that radio broadcast tone, then this is what heavy compression sounds like at the same distance. Now I'm further back away from the microphone like we were with that far test. This is what that sounds like. Now I'm on the light compression setting and I'm still far away from the microphone so you can hear what that sounds like. Now I'm on the medium setting of the compressor and you can hear what that sounds like. I'm still far away, haven't moved. And now I'm on the heavy part of the compressor, still far away, and I haven't moved. One of the things you can do if you don't like how low it is you can always turn up this dial a little bit more. And remember, you have this limiter on here, so it's going to protect you. And this is the sound that you're going to get. I'm going to go back to no compression and back to a flat profile so we can go ahead and continue this tutorial. All right, this is what it sounds like back on flat, still using the USB port of this. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MV7. It's an impressive microphone. I like how portable it can be. It's not overbearing. It looks good on camera because it does have that Shure SM7B look. So for those of you guys that were looking for something that sounds good and is aesthetically pleasing, don't sleep on this microphone. I do recommend you testing out before you buy though. I definitely think that's a good idea because not all mics are created equal. I am going to sound different on this microphone than you will. I can almost guarantee you that. So you guys should really test out the microphone for yourself to see if that's something that you like and see if it works with your voice. But the features that come with this as far as the desktop app are second to none. Very simple, very streamlined, so anyone can use it and anyone can get out there and start podcasting. All right, that's going to do it, guys. For those of you guys that were interested in this microphone, I hope I was able to help you guys out. It's a good looking microphone. It looks like the SM7B. It's good on camera. It sounds good. I really recommend this microphone. And if you guys are looking for this microphone, again, I'm going to push you guys towards American Musical because they are amazing. I've never had any bad experience with them. Only good experiences. So get out there and create. Make sure you guys follow the podcast at culturepunchpodcast.com. I'm going to go ahead and leave those links down below, but you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Culture Punch Podcast and on Twitter at culture_punch. So why don't you pop on in there and say what's up? And don't forget to go to Apple Podcasts and give us a rating, or really anywhere that you listen to our podcast. It really helps us out. And as far as the channel goes, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you guys can get notified when I release videos like this. So until next time, thank you again for tuning in. Peace.